Hello and welcome. This is Rooflemonger. My friends, the Evo hits just keep on coming because, as you can plainly see, our next character for Guilty Gear Xrd is none other than Bridget. And maybe not everyone's first thought. A lot of people were thinking Sin or Slayer. Bridget wasn't necessarily at the top of that list, yet here we are and Bridget is here. So before we get to the trailer breakdown, I feel I have a confession to make to you. If you followed the channel for quite some time, I guess I'm known for my love of the big characters in fighting games, right? Either just grapplers in general or just like the physically large characters. But when you rewind the clock and go back in time, back in like the Guilty Gear X2 days, Guilty Gear X2 Reload days, I was playing, and I didn't play Potemkin. I actually was a Bridget player back in the day. I was young, I was confused, I didn't know the glory of the big boy archetype just yet, right? But yeah, I have some history with Bridget, so just want to put that out there. And by the way, Bridget's kind of coming out like today. It's 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time as I make this video, and that's August 8th, so that's today. And Bridget also comes with the color pack that we've long awaited here for Season 2, and ideally then the Season 2 pass should also go live today. 4 new characters, 2 new stages, and all those sweet new colors. I hope they're green enough. So now, to break down the trailer, first thing here, we can see Bridget using the yo-yo as his roller skates. It's something he's famous for, and yes, something he's famous for. Despite appearances, Bridget is a very proud man. If you want to get into the weeds with that, I'll have a lore video for you linked at the end of this video. And as you can see here, just walking forward here is kind of the walking the doggy kind of thing, something Bridget is famous for. That's the classic Bridget walk style. Now, right off the bat here, there's some pretty decent changes to how Bridget works. So first, the normal you're seeing here, this looks like it's just a replacement for stand slash. And then we have the yo-yo toss, which is normally set to heavy slash. But the thing is, the yo-yo toss is hitting on the way forward. That is normally not how it's traditionally worked. So you can have it hit the enemy, yes, but it hits on the way back. So you set it, and when you call it, then it hits. The way it works now, it seems to be just the act of setting it has an active hitbox. So that'll be pretty cool. That'll be pretty big. Definitely helps up the pressure at the bare minimum. And directly following from this here, one of the things Bridget can do while in the air is like sort of, not necessarily teleport, but like move towards the yo-yo once it's planted, right? And it looks like that is still there. So Bridget moves towards the yo-yo, and after the initial roll, you maintain your air options. So it can air attack, that's air dust, then dash cancel the jump dust into just a jumping kick for a quick overhead, as you can see here, and that works out. Where the yo-yo is placed is a massive part of Bridget's offense. You need to place it smartly. Now this is a returning move here. So it's just quarter circle forward and kick, and it has a kick follow-up. So the initial move has Bridget sliding across the ground, and when you hit kick again, he takes a leap forward into the air, and because this is Guilty Gear Xrd, you do that and you get that counter hit, well then, it's combo time. Now Bridget has a bunch of new normals compared to before, so it's hard to tell exactly what's what. But it could just be as easy as like close slash, jump, light into slash, into heavy slash, which tosses the yo-yo. Yo-yo hitting on the way out again, once again playing pretty big dividends here. Looks like a major change to the character. Now we have this again here. Once again, Bridget is kind of using the air movement to go forward towards the yo-yo. And then a very low to the ground overhead here, which Salt does block, but then gets thrown. And so Bridget's throw here, it looks like it automatically returns the yo-yo to you. So no like gimmicks where you throw them and just loop them to death with whatever yo-yo gimmicks you have. Next up in the trailer, we learn Bridget has a certain kind of mastery. What kind of mastery exactly? Well, flying unrestrained with yo-yo mastery. Naturally, right? Now this setup's pretty interesting here. So catches me in the air, attacks, jumps, and then dunks with Roger the Bear. And this feels like a take on one of the classic moves here. As dunking with Roger is definitely something that's been done before, but when we see it here directly, so hit, dash, hit, go in the start of the move, but May still gets hit because it brings the yo-yo to you. So it automatically recalls the yo-yo as you're doing the move. Now this could be 2 separate instances, but I believe this might be the same move. So in the classic Guilty Gear, this is usually how it works. Versus compared to this here where you're dunking with Roger directly, normally you set the yo-yo up, and then wherever the yo-yo happens to be, when you input the motion, then Roger will take a flying leap and attack the enemy. So if it's directly on top of him, he'll do it directly on top of you. if it's super high up on the screen, he'll fall all the way from the top of the screen and land on you, right? So this perhaps is a more modern take on this move. So it's interesting, and there's some more new Roger style abilities going on. So this next clip here. So Bridget's running in, stand kick. This is normally down forward punch into a leap grab with Roger giving you the sumo belly bump here. Now, I'm not sure if it's an airborne leap grab right here. It happens just like the frame that Bridget would touch the ground. So it might be air only, it might be ground, I'm not too sure. But looks like Bridget has a command grab now, and I'm always a fan of that. That and Roger, he's evolving. Roger, you know, mastering his martial art, I guess you will, learning some big time new moves here. In our next setup here, looks like Bridget also maintains a lot of the range and damage out of range. So block, and then stand slash, and I'm assuming this is stand forward slash. This was a move that Bridget had in the older game, although the animation's a bit different, but basically a much longer range poke. And then, well, knocks back, manages to just hit him barely with quarter circle forward and kick. So potentially you have to watch out for Bridget's poke game, as he can reach you from pretty friggin' far away. Next scene now, in contrast to what we saw before, Bridget's doing the walk the dog, but a little bit more struggling, I guess you could say here, right? I don't know if it's just a fun animation difference or it's like an actual mechanic thing, but hey, there you go. Next here, we see Bridget just doing jump slash, I'm assuming, to close slash, I'm assuming, into sweep, into the uppercut. Now here's the thing, the uppercut now is an actual uppercut, in that it moves Bridget forward and upwards like, you know, a Shoryuken. Before, in the older game, you stayed perfectly in place, and it was mildly strong because of it, because, you know, perfectly in place and pushback sometimes made it hard to deal with. So now, at bare minimum, it's a much more committal move, you gotta believe in it, and two, well, it does look cooler, because it's literally like a yo-yo Shoryuken. I'm down with that. Next up, we see a classic returning super, so Bridget chases Eno down, and then it's Roger time! And Roger's on a fire motorcycle on his wheel, right? So this was a classic super in the older games, although before you had to have the yo-yo out. You weren't allowed to do it just by itself. You had to have it pre-set up. Now it looks like you can just kind of do it whenever you want to do it. And that overall, I guess, is a buff. And Roger looks pretty cool in this super. And well, speaking of supers, the next clip after this one here, it's the usual trailer gotcha. We don't know what it's going to be. We do know that it's going to involve Roger, looks like. Has a nice cinematic stuff to it. But past that, I guess we got to wait and see for Bridget to actually come out. And that, my friends, is the Bridget trailer. So Bridget is out, I guess, 24 hours or less out of the time of making this video. So there'll be a lot more to learn real soon. And actually on this channel, I'll do my best to cover everything in full, from combos to guides and more. So keep checking out the channel. If you can spare a like on the video, that'd be fantastic too. But yeah, so that's going on. And that's Evo, I guess. So lots of good stuff, and I'll be covering a lot more on the channel. There's a lot of more stuff I can't cover in a timely manner. That'll be covered in the next few days. And wow, good time for fighting games, honestly. Great time for fighting games. Like about a year ago, I said we're heading towards the new golden age, and we're just about there now, I think. Fighting games rule. And for now, that's the end of the video. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well, and go out and play some Guilty Gear.